We back. It's hot as heck. Let me see. Yeah, if you're on my StreamYard one, you need to leave and join over on here. Let me go to YouTube. But yeah, all the StreamYard is down at the moment. Well, that's what it's saying on Twitter. Yeah, man. So StreamYard is down. Everybody, like, I'm looking at Twitter right now, talking about it just kicked me off of StreamYard. StreamYard is down. Literally can't. Yeah, all right. So I thought it was just me this time. You charge us for this ass. Don't grandfather beta users. It's probably because we all got the damn what's the name on there. They were trying that damn beta freaking what's the name? Users are reporting StreamYard outage, inavailability. All right, I guess we're gonna have to do it on here then, man. We here. We gotta figure out how to end this live. Hold on. Switch account. Yeah, StreamYard talking about no good upstreams. I restarted the whole computer too. So I guess we here, man, because I can't stream another one until I close it. But let me see. In stream. All right, yes, we got that. Let me see. Studio. Yeah, the feds knocked the whole thing down, man. The feds knocked the whole thing down. So this is all I got. Hold on, let me see. And then when you try to go on StreamYard, that's what it gives you right there. All right, we're going to do it this way then. We have to do it this way. We got to figure things out. StreamYard is down. Let me go on over there and see what updates we got. Change. All right. No public sound. You said we broke up and I went to one birthday party, not with the rapper, but with my friend. Garrigo said, you wrote, I didn't even have anything postable. You meant Instagram? I did. You wrote about your child's father. You said, I'm in my late 30s. I don't have time. Play more of the video. So she's talking about 50 Cent. The last part, that's about your child's father. Yes. You wrote, I just wanted to travel with you. Yes. You send the clown emoji and said, if F more, I could have gone. Oh, if I fucked more, I could have gone on trips. Then you went to Miami and stayed in the Four Seasons. You choose that hotel? She said, yeah. She said, you took You took drugs and laughed and danced? She said, yeah. You were finally getting the princess treatment you always wanted? She said, yeah. Okay. You told Diddy you really miss Paul. She said, I take it X, but I did miss Paul. You called Paul and he came in a few days? You two were at the 2-star? Yes. And it felt good? A love fest? Yes. What kind of conversations they be having? On June 1st of this year, you had a new memory of Diddy splashing water on you, right? If I may explain, just did you tell the government that on June 1st? Yes. Why did you call yourself Kobe? Why did you call yourselves Kobe, Jordan, and Shaq? Why are you Kobe? All right, so she said, why did you call yourselves Kobe, Jordan, and Shaq? Why are you Kobe? Jane Doe said, because I'm the best. And why is he Jordan? Because he's the best. And this is about Pamela Anderson's melons. And the defense attorney laughs. So I guess they're talking about Pamela Anderson's breasties. Hey, she's on some weird shit, man. She said the princess treatment. Being in a hotel without an escort is princess treatment. Shit, if that's princess treatment, then I be treating women like queens then. You good, queen? You know what I mean? Ain't no escorts around us. So that means if this is princess treatment, a hotel with no freak off going on is princess treatment, I be treating women like queens and empresses. You know what I'm saying? Okay, what did you say about Pamela Anderson's melons? I wrote, you are definitely my Michael Jordan, and I am Kobe. Detox weekend. You say, good morning, handsome, and he says, what? She says, good morning, handsome. Diddy says, can you please find a therapist? Yes, we loved each other, but there was toxic stuff. But it ended on a positive note? Yes, it did. No further questions. Redirect. Sidebar, yes. Sidebar. All right, so we get into the nitty gritty of it. We got the next break in. Shit. Yeah, this is just where we at, man. Like, so that's it. That's the defense. I mean, the defense did prove that she did set up some of them. Like I said, we're from the defense's perspective. Did he ask her to go find a therapist? And they ended on a positive note. But all right, we're gonna see. Yeah. What up, Sheree? Yeah, she said, good morning, hands. So that nigga takes her back and said, find a therapist. Diddy is cold hearted. He told Cassie to go walk on water. He told Capricorn Clark to go find Bill Gates and get the Wi-Fi to work. He told her to go find a therapist. The first thing in the morning, if I text a woman, good morning, beautiful, go find a therapist. Nigga, I don't think I'm ever gonna text her back. You know what I mean? I don't think I'm ever gonna text her back. Let me go over to CNN and see what that. Yeah, he told her to. Yeah, okay, it wasn't Cassie, it was Mia. He told her to walk on water, and he threw that damn computer at her when he was with Swiss Beats because the internet didn't work. Told her to go call Bill Gates to get the Wi-Fi to work. Yeah, so we got a sidebar. I don't know how long the redirect is going to be, but I think they're going to make it short, sweet, and direct. Boom, boom, boom. Um, did he pay for this? Did he assaulted you? What saying? What all did Diddy do? That's all they're gonna do is point the fingers back at Diddy. Blonde Viking said, I'm texting her back if she paying my bills. See now we didn't mention all of that. Now see we didn't say she was paying all my bills. Now she paying all my bills. What's that song say? I'm not always on time, but I'm always when you call or call with me on time. Yeah, yeah. You didn't say she was paying my bills. Now she paying my bills. What they say? Can you pay my bills? Can you pay my telephone bills? Can you pay my automobile bills? And then maybe we can chill. I don't think you do. So you and me are through. Doom 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 doom. Yeah, you didn't mention she was paying the bills. Now she paying the bills. That's different. She ain't paying my phone bill. She can't go through my phone. She paid my phone bill, which she'll never pay my phone bill because I got a good little thing with T-Mobile. You know what I'm saying? They hook a brother up. But yeah, if you ain't paying my phone bill, don't worry about what the hell in my phone. A pro typer, no. I can type. I gotta look at the letters though. I gotta look at the letters when I start. I don't like putting my fingers on there and getting situated. I gotta look and see where I start, and after that, yeah, I can get to typing. Jane recalls a hotel incident with drug use and a love fest with another man during a Miami trip. Okay. She stayed at the Four Seasons and she generally had a good time. She had previously testified that one night during a Miami trip, she told Diddy she was tired and wanted to go to sleep. She said she got agitated. She said he got agitated. He splashed water on her, called her a biatch, and then he apologized. They asked Jane if she first told the prosecutors about the story on June 1st, just a few days before she began her testimony. Jane said it was a new memory. She confirmed at one point at the hotel, she told Diddy she missed Paul, one of the men they often joined for hotel nights. Jane also testified that she was taking X when she said that they were going to be there, and she genuinely missed Paul at that moment. She ended up calling Paul, who said he'd meet them in Miami in a few days. Jane confirmed she had X with Paul a few days later at Diddy's Miami home when she took a different type of drug. Garagos asked if Jane felt in control and if it was a great X experience, and Jane agreed. Jane confirmed that she described that night to prosecutors as a love fest. Jane also testified at the end of the Miami trip that they ended the Miami trip with a fight about another woman, but they continued talking. Yeah, the let me see if StreamYard is even down. I mean, I already canceled it though, but yeah, StreamYard's still down. If you have a StreamYard, if you could check for me. But yeah, it's saying no healthy upstream for me. So, hey, StreamYard, you know I'm filing a complaint tonight. As much money as we pay for this, I'm filing a complaint tonight. I need whatever a day's worth is, $20. StreamYard is done. Yeah, man. It's fried, died, and laid to the side, man. What's up, Miss Hot Mommy? Yes, we just waiting. No further questions. We got a sidebar. Oh yeah, y'all right in front of the keyboard. I don't have a phone stand over here. If not, I mean if I did, I had a phone up here, but I ain't got one, so the phone just down on in front of the keyboard. Sometimes I be fucking with y'all. I ain't really typing nothing. When y'all be hearing me going crazy, it's really just I ain't typing nothing. You know me, I ain't typing nothing. Cross-examination ends. The jury's on a break. The jury's dismissed for a break. The last time she saw Diddy was before his arrest. In a text message, the summer of 24 Miami trip. Boy, they did the hell up with Miami. Now when we think about it, when we really think about why Miami shut down spring break, Diddy. The whole reason we can't have spring break in Miami no more is because of Diddy, man. Diddy fucked it up for everybody. Diddy fucked up the goddamn spring break for us in Miami. We can't even go to spring break in Miami anymore. Let you get that pen. Now you don't want this pen. This pen, I done broke the clip off of it. This is one of the hotels I be staying at when I be going to Frankfurt. You know, every time you go to a hotel room, I take the notepad, I take a pen, because you can never have too many pens. So like here go another one from this hotel. Got my clipboard from the hotel. You got my little notes on this one. Stayed at the hotel multiple times, so I got 2 clipboards. You know what I'm saying? We gonna figure it out. You know what I mean? We got 2 clipboards. Hell, you paid for it. Take that shit. Got my notebook up under here. 25-hour hotel in Dubai also. You know what I mean? Yeah, always take notepads and extra pens. You can never have too many pens. Leave a pen in the car in case you pull up on a fine thing. You got to write the number down because your phone, you know what I'm saying? You don't want to turn the GPS off. Keep 2 pens in your bag in case you go somewhere you got to sign something. You got your own pen. Are the Bibles in my nightstand? Nah, I don't steal Bibles now. You know, the good Lord watching. I don't steal Bibles. No. Y'all trying to get me. All right. Jurors, you may have a comfort break to avoid the white noise. Comey, the cross argued that the witness had a motive to lie. It opens the door to that one sentence I've been asking for as a prior consistent statement. The judge says, how does this go to an event months later? It's on their point that Jane is shading their testimony to correspond with the government theory that she was coerced. So the defense is trying to say that they're lying and she's changing up her story. The defense is trying to say that she's lying, and that's where that consistent statement is coming from, that she's been changing her story to go against the defense. But the prosecution is saying, no, 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 no. She's been consistent. Everything that she was telling us, she's telling them also. So the defense, they taking a chance right now. They taking a good chance and they swinging at it, but that's what they get paid for. That's what they get paid for. So they taking a chance. They said the witness had a motive to lie. But the motive to lie would be to keep the house, to keep the contract paying. But we already heard that Diddy had her on a contract, which is under oath that they said that. So he's going to have to pay regardless. He's paying for her lawyer, but she has immunity. Her lawyer wouldn't let her get up there and do any lying because he's the one that made this deal. But I don't know. We're going to find out. We will find out once they return. There's a catch-22. Ain't that the truth? Ain't that the truth? She could get up there and lie and protect Diddy and think that, okay, if Diddy beats this, I can keep that money coming because Diddy gonna see that I'm loyal. But then if the prosecution find out that you bullshitting, then they gonna be like, well, we gotta turn your ass in. I gotta tell them what I know. Diddy beat the case, and then you go down for all these charges because they did give you immunity. Uh, all right, we ain't got no updates. We waiting on this redirect. We gonna get the hell out of here because it's already 3 o'clock. So maybe they'll give us 30 minutes and then we can get up out of here. Ain't gonna lie to you. I'm kind of disappointed, man. We ain't over on Streamyard. I'm kind of disappointed. I pay all this money. I come home early, expecting to Streamyard. But when I get home, the internet tells me no. The internet is playing games. They won't let me be great. All right, the last time she saw Diddy was before his arrest. And the messages in 2024 Miami trip, did we already read this? No, we didn't. They discussed that they loved each other so much, all the stuff was toxic, was coming up. The defense attorney said that Jane confirmed she saw Diddy one more time in Miami in August of 2024. Hopefully it wasn't the 22nd, before his September 24 arrest, and that the trip ended on a positive note. It was okay, but she confirmed she then told the defense in pretrial meetings that the trip ended on a positive note. Hell yeah, as long as he's making that last payment. So with the Harvey Weinstein, it says there's a criminal X act in the first degree for actually assaulting Miriam Haley. Today, we informed the court that we are ready to go forward to trial again on the third degree charge after conferring with Jessica Mann. So they're going back the first degree. The first degree, he got found guilty again. The second, he didn't. So they're about to go back for the third and see if they can get him on that. Now, he was already starting to serve his 16 years. And I know people, oh man, they're not treating him the same way as Diddy. He only got 3 charges, and he was found guilty on his. He was found guilty on his, and they had the appeal, and he was found guilty again. So people only get half the information, and that's what they spew out. All right. What up, Maurice is back, man. They got me over here on the struggle, man. They got me on the struggle. What is this? It's just a 9x16 on the screen. I don't like that.
Some of them going to sleep. Fuck God.
Now I gotta turn the damn volume all the way up so y'all can even hear anything.
Straight killers, yo.
All right, so they're back. Jane testified on the stand for days after getting immunity. So this is them talking to the judge about the defense saying that she was lying. Jane testified on the stand for days after getting immunity. She didn't try to get a payday, but they might think she is trying to shade her testimony to please the prosecutors. Combs' lawyer, Discrow, said, "It's hearsay. Theirs is a fringe theory." The judge, Ms. Comey, "How long do you anticipate your redirect?" "Half an hour." Judge said, "Let's take a break." So that's all that was said. So again, the defense is trying to say, nah, man, she's changing it up. She's trying to get a payday out of this. She's lying. She ain't consistent. The prosecution is saying, no, she's been up here for 4 days, 4 or 5 days with immunity. And she's not suing Diddy. She's not suing Diddy before. She's not suing Diddy after. Diddy still like, why would she be willingly trying to get Diddy locked up if Diddy is paying for everything? Diddy's paying for the lawyer. Diddy's paying for the house. Why would she try to get her money tree locked up? Everyone says, oh, they're in here for the money. Why would she try to get the nigga locked up that's paying for everything? If anything, she would be lying to try to help Diddy because she just said it ended on a positive note. She not once pressed charges on Diddy. Even after getting whooped on by Diddy, she still hung out with Diddy. She still went to go see Diddy. She was still trying to figure out, what did I do wrong that I didn't get everything? Why would she be lying when she wants Diddy to continue to pay that $10,000? Because that's what everyone's saying. She's doing it for the money. So if she's doing it for the money, why would she be telling on the nigga with the money? She would be up there, oh no, it was all me. If she got immunity, no, it was me. I did that. I set that up. Yeah, I told Diddy I was gonna go. Woo, I was gonna go crazy this freak night. If she was here for the money, she got a 2-year contract for the house, 10,000. That's $200,000. If Cassie got 20 M's, wouldn't it make more sense for her to sue Diddy instead of wanting to still be with Diddy and taking that $10,000 a month? If it is for the money, now, well, let me take that back because I know what you guys are gonna do. Y'all gonna say I'm contradicting myself. So let me be transparent and clear. Y'all might be right. Y'all might be right because she ain't the smartest when it comes to finances. So maybe she's thinking, oh, I got this house, but it's a house that's rented. If I can just keep the house, I'll be good. You're not gonna keep that house. So be all right. Let me not contradict myself. Maybe she just ain't good with the money. Maybe she just ain't good with the money. All right, I caught myself up on that one. I've been saying she's a bum and she wasn't financially responsible. So maybe she thinks that this 10,000 a month for the remainder of this 2-year contract and the possibility of being with Diddy. I don't know, man. No, so she's not immune from perjury. So the immunity is to just tell the truth and not lie about the events that occurred. She doesn't have immunity from perjury. She commit perjury, they're gonna lock her ass up because they don't want her. The prosecution doesn't want her to lie either. Because if she starts lying, then that'll get her whole testimony dismissed, or it could lead to a mistrial, and then they might not. They'll put in a motion to not even have her up there since she's already been an unreliable witness. So remember, this is the feds too. This isn't the state. So she's got to get up there and testify. You can't plead the fifth. Pleading the fifth is only for crimes that you committed. But since she has immunity, there's no pleading the fifth because you're not going to get charged for anything. You got to say what you got, or they're going to lock you up in contempt. And the crazy thing is, Tika, she she didn't even want to be here. The only reason she's in court is because of a subpoena. Guess what? If the feds never got this nigga's cell phones, they would have never got in contact with Jane Doe. If the feds never got these text messages, they would have never got in contact with Jane Doe. She never pressed charges. She got her ass whooped in the house. She stayed in the house. She continued to take the $10,000 a month. The only reason she's on the stand is because the feds did a raid, and they did a raid at her house. Why'd they do a raid at her house? That's right. Diddy was paying for it. The house ain't in her name. Diddy's renting it. She's just living in it. So the only reason they know anything about what she got going on is because of Diddy. Diddy ain't in trial because of her. She's in court because of Diddy. Are we forgetting that Diddy was the one that had his house raided? Are we forgetting that Diddy had all these cell phones? Are we forgetting that Diddy's name was the one on the rent? Are we forgetting that Diddy is the defendant? Jane Doe is on the stand because of Diddy. Everyone is on the stand because of Diddy, not because they volunteered to tell their story. Brianna, she wasn't coming up here to testify. Brianna had her own suit for $10 million for this nigga hanging her over the rail. The Fed said, oh, you got a lawsuit? Bring your ass on in here. Cassie, you got a lawsuit? We've been hearing things here and there. Oh, yeah, bring your ass on in. Well, Cassie and them, that's different. She already got paid, and she said she was going to testify. But like Capricorn Clark, everybody else, they're catching subpoenas. They got to come in and do this. So we gotta like, let's just look at the facts. Her house was raided. Diddy's houses were raided. The only reason her house was raided is because Diddy's name was on it. Then when they go through the phone and they see her name and they start seeing the text messages, they start seeing the videos, well, give her ass a subpoena, full immunity, and bring her in and tell us all the shit that this nigga was doing. She didn't say, hey, feds, I'm hearing you going after Diddy. Let me come up here and wreck this nigga's life. She did none of that. She was just at home and they said, well, here you go. Bring your ass on down here, get you a new dress or whatever you got to do, but bring your ass on down here. Remember, they admitted that phone that they just brought in today, that lost phone that you guys keep talking about. Guess what? That was because of Diddy. It wasn't because of none of the witnesses. It was because of Diddy. And guess what? Diddy didn't delete nothing out of it. So whatever he did is in that phone. Since we all talk that snitch stuff, why we ain't hearing nobody saying Diddy snitching on all these people by not deleting these text messages? These messages in audio clips, they're coming from Diddy's phone. Why didn't Diddy get rid of the evidence? Everybody talking and blaming everybody except for the nigga on trial. Why didn't Diddy get rid of these phones? Why did Diddy keep evidence? Why was Diddy texting crimes that I'ma hire niggas for free calls? My bad. Maybe I'm saying too much. Maybe I'm bringing down a black man. My bad. That's me. Put the blame on me. You know, I've never been ashamed. Put the blame on me. I'm bringing down the black man. That's on me, man. Mo, you gotta do better, man. You bringing down the black man. Fuck. I gotta do better, man. I gotta find out how to word this where I'm not bringing down a black man. Nah, this is on me, guys. This is on me. I take the full blame, man. This is on me. I'm bringing down a black man. I ain't gonna be able to sleep, man. Just knowing that I'm the one that did this. I'm the one that told Diddy to keep these cell phones from 2016 and 18 and 21. I can't sleep at night, man. All right, let me see how I can, let me see if I can word this so we ain't bringing Diddy down. Cross-examination ends and the jury's on break. The jury was dismissed for a brief break. Is my laptop charged up? I might go upstairs. Again, man, y'all know me. I don't care if he's innocent or guilty. I'm here to entertain you guys. When I'm reading through this, I'm skimming through it because I'm trying to find some stuff that I can kind of, joke around with because this is pure entertainment to me. And I really don't care what anybody thinks because I watch based on true story movies and I laugh through them. When I watched Pursuit of Happiness and Will Smith was sleeping in the bathroom, I laughed. Yeah, I laughed. When I watched the Titanic and they was in the water and he wouldn't get up on that damn door with her, I laughed. That was funny to me. That was a funny moment. I don't care. That was funny to me. When I watched Jurassic Park and the T-Rex killed Samuel L. Jackson, well, it wasn't the T-Rex that got Samuel L. Jackson. It was a Velociraptor that got Samuel L. Jackson. I laughed when they showed their hand. I laughed. This is entertainment. No, it ain't about being kin to the Joker. Give me another. When I watched Ray, and Ray was in the bathroom with the kid rolling up, I laughed. I did. When I watched Frankie Lyman and he threw the dog out the window, I laughed. This is based on a true story. I laughed. I laughed. Just like I'm laughing at this court case. This is entertainment to me. When I watched motherfucking Tina Turner and Ike, when she said, Ike, I thought you said you wasn't gonna put your hands on me. And she started whooping on that nigga, I laughed. I laughed. When he told her to eat the cake, I laughed. I laughed. When I watched Five Heartbeats, you really want to hang with Eddie Hang? I laughed. I laughed, even though Five Heartbeats is based off of the Four Tops. You know what I mean? But I laughed. But yeah, all right. So we're just waiting for them to get back. They're back. The defense in what Jane's lawsuit constitute the type of influence. All right, defense. In what way did Jane's lawsuit constitute the type of influence as in the Tone case? Tone versus United States from 1995. Let me see if I can open this up. I'm definitely not going to go through all of this, but let me see if we can go through this. Tone versus United States. Petitioner Tone was charged with ex abuse of his daughter when she was 4. The government theorized that he committed the assault while AT was in custody, and that the crime was disclosed while she was spending vacation with her mother. Defense counter, they concocted so AT would not return to her father, her primary custody. Yes, this is talking about under 18. I'm not going to read this out loud. Recent fabrication. So I guess they're trying to liken it to this other case, Tone versus United States, 513 U.S. 150. In what way Jane's lawsuit constitute the type of influence as in Tone's case? Well, Jane doesn't have a lawsuit, so what is the defense talking about? Jane is just here from a subpoena. This girl said she could still file a lawsuit. Judge said the application to admit the exhibit we have been discussing is denied. The government has not brought forth any authority on this. All right, so cool. So the exhibit that they were trying to admit is which one? I guess that's because I don't know. Well, I don't know because he ain't. We need to wait for CNN for this one. Once CNN gives me an update, I'll go back on that. But it's saying the government has not brought forward enough authority on this. So it's whatever exhibit that they were trying to get admitted. We over here like we legal experts. Man, you know I can see what you said about Donald Trump. Irham, Emirhan, Civic. Oh man. Salute Donald Trump, man. They got that damn parade this weekend, man. I'm gonna try to tune in though. I ain't gonna lie to you. I want to see where my tax dollars are going. Oh, yeah, man. We ain't getting. They say it's gonna be about 30 minutes, so. It said about 30 minutes for the redirect. Well, when they gonna start? Well, I guess they gotta bring the jurors back in. Yeah, they gotta bring the jurors back in because they've been talking about this exhibit since they came back from the break. And I guess this is where we'll go from here. I guess. I don't know. You know me, I don't know. Well, we got 80 people in here. Make sure you hit that like button, hit the subscribe button if you're new to the channel. I'm outage, and I appreciate each and every one of you. All right, we got a CNN update. Jane returns to the stand after the break. The judge is back on the bench. Jane is on the stand. The prosecution is about to start redirect examination. Like I said, they say it's going to be about 30 minutes. So what they're going to probably do is solidify everything that they went over that the defense was trying to defend. Did Diddy give you drugs? Did Diddy hire such and such? Did Diddy fly you here? Did Diddy fly you here? You said that you were here on this. You were jealous, but did Diddy say this to you? Did this happen after it? And we'll see where we go from there. And that'll be the end of the day. And that would be the end of the day. Yeah, they're back from the break now. They're just now getting on the stand. So it'll probably be like another 2 minutes before we get 2-3 minutes before we actually get an update of what's been said. Because 30 minutes ago we got the jurors to leave. And they said it's going to take about a half hour. So what time is it? It's 3:20. So we'll probably go to 4 o'clock. Yeah, they'll probably go to 4. What's going on now? I definitely can't pronounce your name. Ozai? Aluzai? Aluzi? I don't know. Aluzai? I'm sorry, man. I'm terrible with names. I ain't learned how to spell my name till I was like 15, man. All right. You know me, man. You know me. We just waiting. We just waiting. As soon as it comes hot off the press. Yeah. I put it in the Discord, power. I'm gonna try to get some videos made. Like I said, tomorrow I should be getting off work a little bit early, so I'm gonna try to do BMF episode 1 and 2. I'm gonna do the article over the spinoff. But also, if you haven't, if you go back to my page, if you go on my YouTube page and you go back to the season finale of Ghost, I have a video. Matter of fact, let me bring it up for you. I have a video that said, what's next for Tariq and Tommy? I made a whole 8-minute video talking about Tariq going over the force and there potentially being a spinoff. So I said all of this like 8 months ago because, they the cash cows. So they're definitely going to keep them around. But let me see. What's next? Tariq and Tommy, 8 months ago. What's next? Tariq new spinoff with Tommy, Power Book 2 Ghost. Yeah, I did this 8 months ago. I don't need them to confirm nothing. We know it. We'll figure it out. We will figure it out. I did this video 8 months ago. Yeah. I told everybody he was on the phone with Tommy. They having a spinoff. They're like, nah, man, he ain't on the phone with Tommy. They said he talking about family. I'm like, man, he's on the phone with Tommy. Those are the two cash cows. They're not going to kill them. Power never dies. You got to keep those two around, at least for another spinoff. But yeah, I did a video on that. So I'll probably do a new video and then link that video to it. All right. Jane re-enters. Then the jurors file in. Comey, here we go, guys. Here's the end of the day. This is the last that Jane is going to be up here, and then we're going home. All right. Comey, G101, page 6 and 7. Pull them up. Can we zoom in? What did Sean write to Paul? So this is Diddy to Paul. He wrote, I'm going to need you to persuade you. Had you seen this before? No. So this is a text message from Diddy to Paul. He said, I'm going to need you to persuade you. I'm assuming that is he needs Paul to persuade Jane Doe into a hotel party. This is a text message off of Diddy's phone. Everyone was saying that she's a willing participant. Well, why would they need someone to persuade her? Now, we don't have all the details yet. Yeah, that's where we're at right now. Why didn't the defense bring this up? They starting off right off the bat. Oh my goodness, it's getting crazy out here, guys. Hold on. I'm bringing a black man down because I'm reading what's going on in the court. This is from Diddy's cell phone. Pull up page 6 and 7. Zoom in. What did Sean write to Paul? He wrote, I'm going to need you to persuade you, talking about Jane Doe. They asked Jane Doe, had you seen this text before? Jane Doe said no. Now, Streamyard is down, Trill. Streamyard is down across the whole thing. So I just ended the live, and I didn't want to open up OBS because I'd had to restart my computer again. So I just put it over here. But wait a minute. Wait a freaking minute. All right. So after they said Diddy needs him to persuade you, have you seen it before? She said no. She said, what did you write to Paul about Turks? Jane Doe said, yeah, Paul's an entertainer. Paul's an entertainer. So Diddy texted him and said, I'm gonna need you to persuade you, talking about Jane Doe. Jane Doe texts Paul while they about the Turks trip, it said, "I'm not a robot, just a mix of tired, hungry, sore. Next, to insult me about the bracelet, to make me, these are all text messages, to insult me about the bracelet, to make me perform, it crushed me." What else did you write? "In that room, I felt like a H to the Izzo." So wait, is she saying Diddy made her perform? Or is she saying Paul made her perform? Probably Diddy. Let me see. All right. What did you write to Paul about Turks? "I'm not a robot, just a mix of tired, hungry, sore." And next, "to insult me about the bracelet, to make me perform, it crushed me." What else did you write? "In that room, I felt like an H to the Izzo." Then what? "The love contract. He's so good to shower me with affection, with violating exploitation in between. I could compliment, wait, he would shower her with affection while violating an exploitation in between. In May of 21, did you ask for a condom?" She said yes. Diddy resisted, but then he gave in. So she's texting Paul that Diddy's forcing her to do all of this, and he's showering her with gifts just to exploit her sexually. And she's saying she can compartmentalize the bad stuff. All right. And then after that, and then what? Like a Jesus song. Oh, so she's talking about Diddy, the love contract. He's so good and shower her with gifts and affection, but violates her and exploits her actually in between. Did you ask for a rubber in 21? She said, yeah, but Diddy resisted, but then he gave in. Comey said, but then the next time, he mocked him. He mocked who? Hey, CNN, we need an update, man. We need to know what the hell going on. Then the next time, he mocked him. Did Diddy let you use a rubber? She said, yes. Did you ever want to have X with Carbro? No. Did you fake an orgasm with entertainers? Yes, I was putting on a show for Sean. So the birthday present was a condom. Like normally Diddy don't want that. So I guess that was the birthday present. All right, well, I mean, uh, said she was putting on a show for Diddy. And it looks like, man, I ain't gonna lie to you, man. The prosecution was waiting. They were like, all right, go ahead. We about to read all these text messages. These are messages we've never heard, except for the rubber one. But we never knew that she was texting Paul about Diddy forcing her to perform, to make her perform. So they going through 2 full pages of text messages, and they told him to zoom in. We got a text message from Diddy to Paul where he wrote Paul to persuade her. All right, CNN got us an update. Diddy asked the entertainer to persuade Jane after she declined intimacy. All right, so here we go. So everybody's saying that it was consensual. Where's my YouTube journalist at? He's still in here? Because I want him to hear this. All right. U.S. Attorney Comey referenced messages between Jane and Diddy on June 2022. This is what Jane texted. She said, "I know what you want, baby, but not really in the mood for that part." Jane texted him, "I don't want to make you mad." So she's telling Diddy in this text message, "I know what you like, but baby, I ain't in the mood for all of that. I ain't coming for all of that. We're going to do a little bit of cuddling. We can watch a tape, but I ain't here for all of that." She's also sent a text message that said, "I don't want to make you mad." Jane testified that he had been hinting that he wanted an intimate night, and she didn't want to make him upset. That's usually the response that I get from him when I decline those things, she said. Diddy responded with, "All good." So she told Diddy, "Hey, baby, I know what you like. Baby, not tonight. I ain't in the mood for that. I don't want to make you mad." Diddy responded with, "All good." And right after this, Diddy texts Paul. So Comey then pulls up a message from Diddy to Paul, one of the men that they frequently invited to hotel nights. A little over an hour later, Diddy texts Paul after Jane Doe told Diddy she didn't want to do it tonight. And the text message reads, "From Diddy to the entertainer Paul, who turns from an entertainer to a prostitute once Diddy pays him. Diddy says, I'ma need you to persuade her." Combs said in part. Jane testified she wasn't aware of that message at the time because it was on Diddy's phone. So, was this consensual with Paul, or was this Diddy paying a nigga to try to get him to persuade her to have an intimate night after she told Diddy no? Why didn't the defense read this message? They read all the other messages. Why they didn't read this about Diddy telling Paul, "I'm gonna need you to persuade her, playboy"? Jane testified she wasn't aware of this message at the time. So, what's up, Rashonda? So now we finally got a message that is telling Diddy no. Sometimes you got to tell Diddy no. She told Diddy no. Diddy told her all good, but then proceeds to text a nigga that they pay 4 freak offs. "Hey, playboy, I need you to persuade her." Yeah, we need all these texts, man. We need the whole text thread. We need it. When all of this drops on the docket, we need the text threads, and we need someone to line them up. Like, we need the text between her and Diddy, and then if Diddy is texting somebody else, we need those lined up so we can see the whole timeline. Interesting. I didn't know we had all of that. My bad, y'all. I should have probably entered that into evidence so we can continue on with the Mo's tearing down a black man. All right. "Did you fake orgasm with entertainers?" She said, "Yes, I was putting on the show for Sean." After that, they said, "When did Sean threaten to release a video of you?" "December of 23. I called KK." Now remember, this is right before before she went to Vegas with the iconic musician. So December of 23, Diddy threatened to release a video of Jane Doe But she called Christina Coram, the chief of staff. All right. So now they're going into Diddy's drug use. How did you send cues you were tired? She said she would make little faces, kind of shies. How did Diddy respond? Push through. One more round. So that's what Diddy's telling her. If she's saying she's tired, she's sighing, she don't want no more. We know that Diddy told her to push through one more round, and we also seen him text her, what, you can't take no more? So, all right, after that one more round, Diddy told her one more round, push through. How did you try to avoid setting up a hotel night? I tried to navigate the night to something else. Comey said, how many times did you have a hotel night in 200 Mapleton? Once. How about, that's in LA. How about 2 stars? She said 3 times. How about in 1 star? 1 or 2 times. So it was once in LA, 3 times in 2 star, and 1 or 2 times in 1 star. So 5 to 6 times that she had hotel nights in Diddy's cribs. CNN got us an update. What is coercion for 500? Hey, I'd do it for 100. We could do 500, but I do 100. Jane says she felt overwhelmed and not human after a 24-hour hotel. God, dog, man. Jeez Louise. Maureen Comey revisited a text message Jane sent to the entertainer Paul after March 23 trip to Turk and Caicos. When she ended a second hotel night early after they had been with the entertainer for 24 hours. Man, I know those rooms were funky as hell, man. Those rooms were probably the worst smelling places you could. 24 hours? Shit, after about 10 to 15 minutes, man, I'm like, all right, that's enough sex and smell. Open up a window up in here or something. Look at this thing cracking. I'm tired of making my ugly face. Jane also wrote it had been 24 hours with no breaks for me. And at first, I was going with the flow for the second link up, but I had warned him that I just felt overwhelmed to overperform for a moment. I've never done before. I'm not a robot, just a mix of tired, hungry, and sleepy and sore. So this is what she was texting to Paul. Comey asked why Jane sent Diddy affectionate messages after the Turks trip if it was so disappointing. She testified there was a confusing cycle of Diddy showering her with love and affection with all exploitation in between. This is, okay, she was compartmentalizing all the bad stuff. All the loving messages are just focusing on the good parts. I was putting on a show for the hotel nights. She said she would fake orgasms with the entertainers during hotel nights. She testified with a redirect. I was putting on the show. She would sometimes send an entertainer a positive message about their time together to make him feel good. I didn't want him to feel used. Man, a nigga getting paid. Oh, they did? Let me see. Instagram. Jason Lee don't really fuck with that nigga Diddy like that. All right, so we're gonna play where he was calling her crack pipe. That's after the Turks trip. Diddy refers to his ex as a crack pipe. Let me see if I can.
It's all good. Get your rest. You are pipe. That's my new name for you, pipe. Or should I call you CP? But yeah, I want you to stay in the light. You know what I'm saying? We had a very, very good time together. Like so much fun. So much fun. Now go rest up, get in your bag. Mwah. You know what I'm saying? Got your contract. Find a nice little spot. Put your mind at ease. And yeah, I had a great time. And I really, really want you to get some rest. I didn't know about you throwing up and all that. That's when I was like, hold up a second. All right, get some rest, baby. Love. So if you come in for 24 hours, yeah, you always wanted to set some up. So now you got the opportunity. So set some up for tomorrow night. That last vision we had was that was Dawn and ATL. See, you put it together, baby. Hey, baby, we had a great time. Stay in the light. Um, it's all good. Get your rest. You are pipe.
That message sounds like Diddy was telling her, you go set that shit up, crack pipe. But we just found out that message came after a 24-hour freak off where she's texting Paul that she just had a 24-hour freak off that she didn't want to do and she was hurting and she was sore, but she didn't want to make Diddy mad. But I'm bringing down a black man. I'm not the nigga on these voicemails. I'm not the dummy leaving messages calling someone a crack pipe. I'm not the nigga that's telling you, oh, that's when you threw up, man, get you some rest. Like she threw up doing a freak off. And he talking just casually. Hey, you threw up. I was like, hold up, baby, get your rest. You know what I'm saying? Get in your bag. You got that contract, baby. You got your 10,000. Do your thing. They got me feeling like I'm Diddy over here. Like I've been playing with my nose. Shit. Jane says she wishes she could forget the hotel nights. Comey asked Jane if she could remember specific dates of every hotel night throughout their entire relationship. She said, nah. Then asked if she wanted to remember every single night. She said, I wish I could forget them. I felt it was unfair, all the pressure. What do you mean? Those nights with other men sobs, I was asking, why do I have to break my boundaries and still you treat me like this? What is this text? The All-Star Fantasy play. What did you send Sean? A photo of my All right. So this is remember when all right. So there was an All-Star freak off. The All-Star freak off got canceled because of a hurricane. Um, Now, if you remember, I'm gonna try to explain this without being too graphic because this is we talked about it when they first came up here. So they're asking her for the All Star Fantasy play. What did you send Shine? She said she sent a photo of a pad that was red. She sent Diddy a pad that was red, so y'all know it was that time of the month. What did you write? I got childcare and said, you picked and everything went left. I said, I just got my time of the month. I handled first school week. But Diddy didn't give a fuck about that. Diddy don't care about that pad being red. Diddy don't care if it's that time of the month. Diddy don't give a shit about that. In 23, did you become more vocal about wanting to stop hotel nights? Yes. He started paying my rent. I had to maintain my livelihood. My partner was in charge now. By the sobriety party, how many times did he threaten your rent? Many times. Damn. The damn prosecution, boy. I tell you, they've been waiting. They've been lining this up. They wasn't doing too much objection or none of that. They said, let the defense do what they got to do. We got text messages. We're going to go through all the text messages. Shit. Again, so he was threatening the rent. Which if he's threatening the rent, like, man, you gonna do what I say or I ain't paying this rent. I mean, you can't do that, man. Come on, man. If you don't do this, then hey, man, you can't. Hey, if you don't do this, man. Diddy a fool, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. Diddy is a plumb dumb fool. But we here for it, cause
Some of them going to sleep. Fuck God.
well, I think 50 is fighting for it. I think 50 is fighting for the custody. Let me see. Make sure you hit that like button. We got what, 100? Yeah, we got what, 100 something people in here, man. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you're new to the channel. I'm Mo J. We covering the last of the Diddy trial for Jane Doe. We just waiting on some updates. don't know, man. We gotta give Diddy a chance, man. We gotta give Diddy a fair chance, man. They saying Diddy in 4. All right, let me see what NFC Press got. Okay, they had the sobriety party. Okay, that time after you threw up, what did Sean do? He told me to go back there and have X with another man. Was Sean affectionate with you? When Anton was in your home? No, Sean was evil. All right, now we're getting to it. When did Sean say he gave you the X pill? He said, "You're not going to ruin my night. Go suck some dick and go fuck him." How long before he had put you in a chokehold? Objection, Your Honor. Sustained. Okay, so here we go. We're getting an objection in. So Diddy told her, "Man, don't ruin my high, man. Don't ruin my night. Go suck something. Go do something. Go earn your keep." See, let me see. So we got an objection late in the evening. Oh, after the objection, that's all we got, man. We trying to make it through the end of the night. We trying to make it through the end of the night. That's all we trying to do, man. We ain't trying to go nowhere else. We just trying to make it to the end of the night. Oh boy. The defense, they all right, here we go. We back. Oh wait, no, that's it. That's it. We just waiting. And it'll just pop up. All right, that's it. Court is over with. We'll never know. We're just sitting around waiting, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. Help us out. Man, if you guys are in these type of situation, man, try your best. Get away, man. Talk to somebody. All jokes aside, man, this ain't no game. This ain't nothing to play around with, man. Try to remove yourself from the situation if possible. All right. So they got the objection. Said, how long before that? Remember, so it's in the back room. You're not going to ruin my night. Go suck some. Go some. How long before that he put you in a chokehold? We got the objection, Your Honor, sustained. So then Comey said, did he choke you with his hands or his arm? She said arm. So Diddy had her like this. Diddy had her chin right here. So Diddy had her like this. That's the kind of choke that Diddy had her in. She said with the arm. And in the shower, how hard did he hit you? So hard. Then what he say? He said, get in a fucking outfit. Over on CNN, Jane texts detailed exhaustion, threats, and over rent and refusal of hotel nights. She testified that the first time the sobriety was in October 2023. Diddy had been paying her rent for several months. He said that months before the sobriety party, Diddy would often bring up the rent in context of hotel nights and threaten to stop paying her rent in all different types of ways. They revisited several text messages between Jane and Diddy on the day before the sobriety in October, the sobriety party in October 23. She said, I don't want to be mistreated. I don't feel like performing Loveless Code X. I'm not a P-star. I'm not an animal. I need a break. I don't want to do anything. I've hit a wall. It's been 3 years of me having to fuck strangers. I'm tired. So this is a text message that she sent to Diddy. Sex is sacred to me, and I can't be used like this anymore. I just wanted to make you happy, but it's creating a war inside me. I need a break. I cannot be in another hotel room doing drugs and performing exhausted acts for days. So this is a text message that she's sending to Diddy, telling Diddy, I'm done. I'm tired. I can't keep going. This ain't it. So after Diddy slapped the hell out of her in the shower, it knocked her down. It was so hard. What did Diddy say? He said, get a fucking outfit on. When you here for the 2 hours, could Diddy have left safely? Yes. Did you want to have X with Anton that night? No. Who made you? Sean. Would you give all the money back for no X with other men? Yes. Why are you here? I got subpoenaed and I'm here. No further questions. Miss Garrett goes. Recross. Did you try to pick up Anton? Yes. Could you have left? Yes. So they back up here now trying to say, could you leave? Yeah. Did you leave? No. She could have left. But that's her house. And Diddy could have left her house. Jane describes Diddy's demeanor as evil on the nights of the altercation. June 18th, she described Diddy's demeanor as evil. She testified earlier that Diddy was vulnerable with her during hotel nights, most affectionate after him. She said that Comey asked Jane about her injuries from the altercation. Jane recounted that she had a black eye forming, a bruise on her leg, and 3 welts on her head. How do you compare in strength to Sean? Comey asked. I don't. All right. What up, NL? Man, I've been doing the Diddy trial, man. I told y'all I'm on the Diddy trial, so there won't be any 2B Tuesdays until the trial is over. Tomorrow, I'm gonna do the recap. Well, I'm gonna try to do the recap for episode 1 and episode 2 of BMF. But I've been covering the Diddy trial for 22 days straight. This is me attempting to cross my channel over into pure entertainment, so I'm not stuck with just TV shows. And if there aren't any shows, then y'all be asking me to watch shows I don't watch. So BMF is all right. It's the last season, so I'll try to cover it to the best of my ability. But then we'll be back for season 3 of Squid Games. We'll have that, and then I'll be back for Power when Force ever comes back on. But I wanted to cover this trial, so I've been spending all my time on covering this trial. I hope you can understand. We're just waiting on these updates. We're just waiting on the updates. Am I covering the ICE riots? I might do I mean, trust me, I'm watching all of that. Like, I'm keeping up with all of it. We know that they're about to try to do something in San Antonio. DC, they talking about that they're going to be met with some force, but I think they're trying to do a protest out there. I might do like a little short video, but y'all know, like, as soon as I get off of this, because I thought we was gonna be done at 3 p.m. Man, we did what, 5? What we got on here, 4 o'clock? I've been on here for 6 hours, so when I get off of here, it's like, man, I gotta rest. I do got work in the morning, you know what I mean? So I'm trying to give you guys everything, but it was just really, I wanted to actually cover one full trial. So that all my attention is just being here. I know a lot of stuff is going on, but my attention has really just been on this. I apologize. I can't do it all. I'm sorry, guys. I need to do better. You're right. I do need to do better. All right. Did you try to pick up Anton? Yes. Could you have left? Yes. No. The question just above was by Combs' attorney, by Combs Garagos, Mia Kupla. Garagos. The only time that nothing X happened between you and Anton was January 24, right? Right. Anton drove his car into your compound. Come on, man. We can't call that a compound. That's just a house. Yeah, it's a gated community. We can't call it a compound. It's not like the gate is in front of the house. I live in a compound. You know what I mean? I live in a compound. I got my main door, which is my garage, and half of it's a door. You come through there, and then you come upstairs, and then you got the guest house where we're at, and then you got the main house. But yeah, all of my stuff is enclosed. But yeah, we can't call where she lives a compound. She just lives in a nice house in a gated community. Okay. You let him in? She said, yes, as requested. You lift heavy weights? Yes, but a woman's power does not override a man's. Did you hit Shine's head against the counter? Yes. Did you see, I guess you see the Intercontinental video? Yes. Jane testified she had no financial stake in the trial. All right, we already know all of that. We're not about to repeat all that. She repeatedly asked, because she had left safely at various points during the night, such as when she locked herself in different rooms and was curled up in a ball in the yard each time. She asked if Jane would go back. If Comey asked if Jane would give back the money. To now remember, she said yes. Redirect is over. Okay, so this is behind. CNN is just behind, and I'm not sure if New York is doing a protest. I'm pretty sure they will, though. As soon as they start, like, man, the Puerto Ricans and Dominicans, don't they got their parade going on? What is the Puerto Rican parade going on? Hey, what you mean? Like you talking about my compound? That's what you asking, like how big is my compound? My compound is 5 bedrooms total. One in the basement. Yeah, 5 bedrooms, 5 bedrooms, 4 full baths. In my garage, there's a room down, there's a full room downstairs, a full bathroom in my laundry room. Up here in the studio, this is a master bedroom with a full bathroom. You can put a little kitchenette back there, and then in the main house, I got I got the master bedroom, my guest bedroom. Upstairs, I got another guest bedroom, but I turned that into a walk-in closet. And then on top of my living room, I have a loft. So it's 5 bedrooms total. And then with the loft, I could technically turn into a room. So you could say 6. All right. Did you refer to Carbrel? Did you refer Carbrel to another rapper in January 24? Yes. You were asked if you would give up money to not have X with these men, but you wouldn't give up your home. My child and I live there. It's hard. Child lives there. So you get 5,000 a month for child support. Yes. Your child's father is a very rich man, right? Yes. Didn't Diddy over 3 years wire you 150,000? Is that all 3 years of mine? Is that all 3 years of mine are worth? Shit, a lot of us don't make 150,000 in 3 years. All right, where we getting at, man? Are you going to defend? Yeah, it was the money. We know it was the money. We all said she was there for the money. You believe you are worth more than 150,000? Does he? What's the most you made in a month on OnlyFans? 50,000, but it varies. So she made on a good month. Well, I won't say on a good month. On the highest months, she was getting 50K. 50K in a month. Shit, man. Get 2 months like that in a year. Do your thing. I mean, the defense presses Jane about the details after the 24 altercation. Now what they're talking about is how much money she had and why was she still at the rented house. She could have left the community in the car. She confirmed that she never told Anton that she didn't want him to come in or didn't want to engage in X activities. When asked, Jane also confirmed that she knew that Diddy was the subject of a. So this is all going on during the freak. I mean, like the freak offs are all going on while Diddy's under investigation. She said she knew that Diddy was a suspect under a federal investigation at that point and had a criminal lawyer representing her. You say you were hungry to indicate you didn't want sex, right? Yes. Didn't Diddy give you food? He know what I meant. Did he give you food? Yes. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. Like, all right, we get it. She there for the money. Where'd the drugs come from? Yeah, she ain't doing no freak offs now. Diddy locked up. She ain't doing no freak offs. We just here, going round and round. Excuse me. So here, damn, y'all can't see it. So 50 Cent on 50 Cent's page, he got a picture of Kanye and Bianca. It said, Ye and Bianca reportedly arrived at Diddy's trial this morning, but were denied access to the courthouse. 50 Cent said, that's why you're supporting Diddy. His ass was out in Vegas with that little dirt bag. You remember Kanye has been saying, oh, free Diddy. That's because it was about to come out that Jane Doe was with them in Vegas when they gave him an escort. It all makes sense. It all makes sense, man. So that's why he changed up. And he's like, man, free Puff, man. They trying to get him. No, because you were doing the same shit, nigga. Now all we need is a formal complaint, and they bringing down Yeezy, man. God dog it. I know Yeezy, he ain't right in the head, but come on, man, he ain't do nothing like this, man. You know how the Diddy supporters sound? Come on, man, Ye ain't do that, man. Ye a genius. He ain't do it, man. Hey, yeah, having a baby by 50, you gonna go through a lot, and he don't give a shit. I know people. Mhm. As Diddy would say, little crack pipe. Diddy call it a little crack pipe. Man, they trying to get my nigga Ye, man. We ain't going out like that. We ain't going out like that. And Streamyard is back up too, man. Ain't that about a snitch? All right, let me see what these last updates are so we can get the hell out of here, man. Did he give you food? Yes. Did you tell Carbo that X with him had been great? Yes. But you got Mr. Combs on mobile TV to show videos of you having X with entertainers. So I wouldn't have to have X with other men. Sometimes you watch the videos, no X with other men. All of it was ish, but you did you. No, but did you? Jane. The judge said, Jane, if you can just answer the damn questions. He ain't say damn. She said yes. What did you see? What did you see preparing for this? My truth. Did you see records of times you did not have hotel nights? Lucky me. But there were such times, thank God. And remember, she's about to go on an international trip. So I know she's like, man, get the fuck off this damn stand. All right, well, let me see. Did you see records at the time? Blah, 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 blah. How did seeing what Sean wrote to Paul make you feel? How did seeing the text message from Diddy to Paul, which he was telling her, well, telling Paul, I need you to persuade her. How did it make you feel? She said, how would it make you feel? Just please answer the damn question. Now that I've seen Sean's messages to Paul, I probably did have a hotel night. You're changing your testimony. What the hell's going on here? Now that I've seen Sean's message to Paul, probably I did have a hotel night. You're changing your testimony. Well, you gotta give us some dates here. We don't know what the hell's going on. Almost $5,000 a month from a wealthy individual. She says she makes 10,000. She makes more than 10,000 per month, and the most she's ever made in 1 month is 50,000. They suggest you could afford your own rent. Jane said she's catching up on 3 years of debt. Also confirmed that Diddy gave her more than 150,000 in addition to paying her rent in the 3 years they were involved. So 50K a year, 50K a year plus the 56. So that puts us at what, 200,000. Yeah, it puts us at 200,000 plus the 120,000 a year for the house. So $320,000 is what she was getting total. And then, yeah, 150,000 over 3 years, so 50 a year, 56. So within the 3 years, 150, we'll just do 150 again, 300,000 plus the 120 a year, we said 240 for the 2 years that he was paying. So 240 plus a 3, 540. And then she was getting 10K a month, which is another 120 a year. So 500K, 300. Yeah, so she was getting some money. I don't know how much debt she was in that she needed, that she couldn't spend all of this. But yeah, she definitely could have lived somewhere cheaper than $10,000. But that's what I was saying. But also, you got to remember, it was Diddy paying for it. She had to find something that Diddy's liking. She wasn't just gonna be able to get a regular condo somewhere. Diddy wasn't gonna be trying to go over there. All right, what we got, man? We just here, we just surviving, man. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We should be done for the day. It felt like a love fest. You're changing your testimony. All right, there we go. So it said you're changing your testimony. Blah blah blah. No further questions. Redirect. Jeez Louise. All right, guys, we got to redirect. The state said, hell no, y'all ain't getting up there and doing that. Sit your ass back down, Jane Doe. We back up here. So we got, the judge said, redirect. The state said, what violence has Sean done to you before he asked you to pick up Anton? Objection, Your Honor. Overruled. Tell us what happened. He slapped me. No further questions. So they tried to say that you got money. You could have afforded your own rent. And why didn't you run when you went to go pick up Anton? That's what the defense was saying. You got money, you making money. She was in debt, but you were making money. You could have got away when you went to go pick up Anton. Why didn't you? She was saying that was her livelihood. That was her house. So the state came back up and said, what happened to you before you went to go pick up Anton? Diddy slapped the hell out of her. So that was the force. That right there was the intimidation. You don't want to lose everything. You don't want to get your ass whooped again. Yeah, I think it was Paul first and then Anton came later. Well, no, because this is during the fight. So Anton was the first one there. Paul was the one that had to send the text message. Paul was the one that had a persuader. Anton was the one that they called to come over to the house. It's just all over the place, man. It's a lot to try to remember. Yeah, so it was Anton first, and then Paul got the text message. She said she didn't want to do nothing. Paul got the text message to try to persuade her. Anton was the one that came over first. Well, Anton had to get picked up from the gate. Yeah, and then it was an hour later because he was texting her. He was texting her about it, and she was like, nah, she ain't feeling like it. But Jonathan came over, they set it up, and then everything went down. The fight went down. She ran off. They ended up contacting Anton. Because after she said no, he texted Paul and was like, Paul, I need you to persuade her. But when they got to the house after the fight, that's when they called Anton up. Anton came first, and then Paul was supposed to be after. But we don't know what happened. They didn't go into depth after that. They just said that Anton showed up. Thank you, Jane. The jurors leave. You may leave. Stalvik said, we need rulings to make Miss Sankar's summary charts. Judge, I have a letter from yesterday. All right, so that's where we're at. I saw somewhere they wanted to kick out a jury yesterday. Yeah, number 6, and then the defense was saying they were trying to get rid of a black guy. So I don't know what they're going to do there. I think he's still on there. They haven't kicked him out. I mean, if they do, they still have. Remember, they still have the alternates. So you got the 12 jurors, and then you have 6 alternates. The 6 alternates, they're listening to it. I don't think they're out in the room though. They might be in either not in the overflow because they can't be talking to nobody. So they might just be in the back. But they're listening to the trial. They're just the alternates. So they got the same rules. They can't talk about anything. They're just sitting back there in case someone gets sick or someone can't make it, there's an emergency in the family, or someone gets removed. So they're listening to it also. But I don't think I don't think they're gonna kick anybody off. But that's it for today. We're gonna wait and see if we can get. We're gonna see if we can get any information about who the witnesses are for tomorrow. We do got a Sandcar summary. She's a summary witness. So they're trying to get a chart for the inner city press has had. They're trying to get the summary chart for them. And basically all this is they're gonna go over everything that's happened so far, transpired, but they usually put it in a chart. And they'll probably break it down. Like, as far as these photos go, this is what this goes to in correlation to what happened in this event here. So that's what they're trying to build a chart for. They're trying to get the ruling on what they can and can't put on the chart. The messages are within the scope of each employee or agent's authority. This is a chat between the defendant, KK, Fahim, and Robin, his accountant. We will redact the first message about purchase of a Maybach truck. So what they're going to be bringing in tomorrow is this message are within the scope of each employee or agent's authority. This is a chat between the defendant, Diddy, Christina Coral, Fahim, and Robin, his accountant. They're going to redact the first message about purchasing a Maybach truck, or should I say Maybach. So it looks like they got a message about what everyone is supposed to do within the organization. KK, if you get the text message, freak off, freak off. So we got the accountant. So this is going to show any payments that came from Bad Boy Records or Diddy's account or Sean Combs' Love or whatever it is. We got Fahim and we got the chief of staff. So this is a text message about every employee or agent's authority. So it's going to say, hey, if we have a freak off, you're authorized to get the room. You're authorized to bring me the cash to pay the escorts. You go ahead and release the funds to KK. KK, you bring me the cash. Fahim, you go do this and this. So that's what they're looking to bring these messages in from Diddy. I guess this is from the other phone. But now they're saying that the Maybach that they bought was actually the Maybach that they bought for Carisha. Carisha got a Maybach truck. Diddy bought it for her. Who does my twist? It's this girl. It's this lady. Well, I ain't gonna call her girl. It's this lady. She's in the army. She does them. I think she just got back from Africa, so I'm gonna get my shit retwisted on the 28th. You know what I mean? Definitely need it. Went and got my line and stuff today. You know what I mean? We straight. We back. But yeah, she do a good job. She do a hell of a job, man. I think I'm just gonna do the 2-strand. I'm gonna do that right before my birthday. You know what I mean? Well, no, that'll be for 4th of July, and then before my birthday, I'll get it retwisted again. But I mean, if I really want to, I can wash and retwist them myself, but I prefer not to. It takes too long, man. My arm be getting tired. All right, so that looks like that's it. We got the summary witness they want to bring up tomorrow. The judge in the back. If people want to leave, they must before we start. If you are here now, you should remain until we are done. Can we short? Can we shorten this exhibit? Cut out the flowers. Flowers refer to marijuana. First time we hear that. So the judge is saying, "Hey, for the exhibit, let's try to shorten this up. Can we cut out the flowers?" And they're saying that the flowers in the exhibit symbolize and refer to marijuana. So they got a whole presentation. They about to have this motherfucker like a PowerPoint, ain't they? But we're about to get the heck up out of here, man, because it is 10:40. 10:40, 10:40. And StreamYard is back up. Ain't that crazy? All right, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. I'm Mo J. We'll be here for tomorrow, day 23. StreamYard is back up. So we'll have the full screen, but we may do with what we got. I like when you do your boards. Oh, yeah, man. I said we were going to do it, but I never ordered any ink. I never ordered any ink. So all we got is these faded ass. All we got is the faded ones. But I had some, you know what I mean? We still had some, but they were faded and I never ordered any ink. So I was like, man, I just ain't gonna do it. Okay. Oh, wait. We ain't done. Wait. So they're talking about the summary board. The flowers refer to marijuana. They said this is the first time we hear that. There is an item about paying Gudo. Remember the dude G. He was the drug dealer. There are another 49-page chats and evidence. Who is going to testify about the flowers? We have two witnesses. A518, D-Rock, Fahim, and the defendant count 1 million cash by hand. So they got two witnesses that are going to talk about the drugs. They have 49 pages of text in evidence just about the drugs. So there's 49 pages of text about the drugs and paying the dude G. So you remember there's G and then there's One Stop. Those are the two drug dealers. They got 49 pages of chats and evidence. They say who's going to testify about the flowers. They got two witnesses. Maybe one of them might be Brendan Paul. Judge said A518. The state said that's D-Rock, Fahim, and the defendant count 1 million in cash by hand. What was this 1 million going to? It's 49 pages just on drugs. And then while they're talking about this, the security D-Rock and Fahim and Diddy are counting 1 million by cash. 1 million by hand in cash. So I'm assuming that this got something to do with the drugs. If this nigga's buying like big dope like that, if they got 49 pages of Diddy and drug use, and then they talking about they're counting 1 million in cash by hand. If Diddy is fucking around like this is oh my gosh, I'm ready for it. I want all the smoke. We might be locking a nigga up.
The FBI. Yeah, it's the FBI. It's bigger than Nino Brown. This is big business.
49 pages about dope, $1 million in cash. Oh shit. Remember, Jonathan Oddie said they were moving liquid cocaine through the Ciroc bottles. Remember, Jonathan Oddie. Let me see.
New York City has an affordability
What up,
crisis,
Andrew
but
Cuomo?
we will rise. The minimum wage will.
Like a sex slave.
Bodies pointing to authorities. Golf Fuller episode. Freak offs was
I had like 15 encounters. Plus another on the phone.
fast forward. The Evidence Council clearly recorded freak offs from behind Buck Nation about his recollection. And she said the defense told the kids to make sure he denied knowing.
I'm trying to find the part. If you don't remember, what up, Kendall? I'm trying to find the part where Jonathan Oddie was talking about the liquid cocaine. Let me see.
New York City has an affordability.
Give me a
crisis.
second. I'm gonna try to find this last thing, and I'm gonna get the hell up off of
Will
here.
rise. I raised it to the highest in the.
Do you know Sean Combs?
Update.
To Sean Combs. This video is Park High.
But like I said, U.S. Attorney's Office, Southern District brings cases that are airtight, and they don't move forward until they.
There is a branch of the Illuminati. Okay. It's the black.
But now you see things for a while and he comes.
Yeah. Go ahead. Yeah, he's part of what's called the release.
It's the oldest post.
No, not at all. And to kind of go about doing it. He was given during that interview was really interesting.
I had sex with Cassie and Sean. Basically, he would tell me what to do with Cassie. I had like 15 encounters, and I heard lots of business because what they were.
So here we go.
And again, his next hearing, I believe, is scheduled for October 10th. There was one other thing that he mentioned, the idea of the drugs, right?
You hear that?
And we've heard about this before. There have been multiple allegations made against Combs when it comes to drugs. Drug use was reportedly rampant within Combs' inner circle. When Combs came to New York, reportedly to turn himself in last week, police searched his hotel room, and authorities say they found a baggie of pink powder that tested positive for cocaine. His attorneys have said that he's been getting charged specifically with drug offenses. That makes up underlying crimes within the racketeering case, this criminal enterprise, this organization that committed a bunch of crimes. Underlying charge.
Damn, I'm not about to go through the whole damn.
Damn. Combs is going here. Combs is going here. We have his passport. That's
Jonathan Oddie. Damn. All right, I can't find. I'm gonna look for it, but All right, man. I'm about to get out of here. I'm gonna look forward and try to have it available tomorrow. But it's basically just him saying that they were flying Ciroc bottles around with liquid Coke inside of it. So we'll see. We will see. I'm Mo.J. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Unfortunately, we were on here. Subscribe to my other channel, The Mo You Know. I'll cut up all of this over there. We got YouTube Shorts. We need a little under, I think, like 95 subscribers, and we'll have 1,000 over there. We can start to monetize that page. I appreciate you guys, and thank you for tuning in since we had to switch over to this. We'll be back on StreamYard tomorrow. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Remember, you can run, but you can't hide.